Luke here for Following Strength. We are joined by the Scoremaster General from Giants Live, Ben Joyce. How are you, pal?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. Thanks for the invite to come on and talk about all things strongman and the likes.
Oh, it's a pleasure. You have such an important role in Strongman, and I think a lot of people watching might know your face, but not necessarily your name, and they might wonder where they know you from and why. So fill us in, mate. What is your role at Giants Live?
My role for Giants Live is scorer. So a lot of people will see me running around on the event floor with my iPad in hand, entering all the reps, times, distances, helping with the measures. Just making sure everything is correct and and good for the athletes, for all the scores, points, leaderboard, running orders, and the show. And that obviously feeds into everything you see on the live stream and the big screen in the arenas.
It's incredible. Your role's super important, and any of us who have been to Giants live shows in person and watched the live stream will see you get dragged out quite a lot and
Yeah,
checked in with.
yeah. It's a funny one because pretty much most people could do my role, but it's the speed that the thing that I'm good at is noticing things that aren't correct or I can work things out fast. So if somebody says, going into the last event, what do I need just to win? So Evan's done it to me, Mitchell's done it to me, things like that. And I can just pretty much within 5, 10 seconds, probably not even that, say 2 stones, 10 stairs, 20 meters, whatever you need just to do it. So that's where I feel I'm best at. Like I said, it's glorified data entry, but it's knowing it's the mental checks of making sure everything looks right and is correct before then sorting it for the next event or getting it up on the live stream. So the comms where it's like, is it ready to go? And I can just say, yep, hit my button, go with it, get it on the big screen, Colin and everybody else can then announce it and see it and go from there. Really,
I bet the athletes really appreciate that kind of rapidity, um,
yes.
because they're in that place of uncertainty.
Yeah. So the person who did the scoring before me at Giants hand wrote it on paper. You laugh. Seven years this August I've been helping out at Giants and official strongman. So I changed it from handwritten paper to printouts. And now we have screens backstage that have the instant results as they happen. So that's why I have my iPad. It's something I sort of semi insisted on, is because then as I hit 4 reps, that feeds to my laptop, which feeds to the screen out the back that says Adam Bishop 4 reps, and the guys backstage can see that instantly, or within seconds. So the next guys going can see and work out their game plans or know what they've got to beat, or there's no way in hell I'm doing that. I've just got to beat the next person down, so they can see everything that's going on basically.
Are you working solo on that, or have you got people helping?
So the media team, there's a team of, I think we're up to about 6 or 7 guys now who sit on that media desk, are doing making it look pretty. So everything feeds off of my data. My data is raw and not very exciting to look at its numbers in a Google sheet. But Paul and Jono and Nev then have their process to make it look really nice and pretty and graphics. The stuff backstage is still very raw. It is just a Google sheet with the names, the event, and the result for that event. The athletes, that's all they need. They don't care that it's shiny and red and black and green and blue. They just need to know what distance they've done, what time they've done, reps. That's it. But yeah, the scoring side is just me. I build the score sheet. I share that with the media team, who then link that to their systems to make it look nice for everybody to see.
I was thinking when you were talking then about the issue. I don't know if you're a football fan, but
Yeah,
VAR coming in, right? The main
mm-hmm.
hurdle was the delays. The
Yeah,
fact that we can't celebrate a goal because we don't know if it's going to be allowed. But
yeah,
you being fast at your job kind of alleviates that because they can
yeah,
hit that marker and they know they've
yeah.
won.
So yeah, it's the my role has changed. It changes probably nearly every other show because I'd never used to bring my iPad. And then I thought, well, why can't I just sit next to Dave, next to Maggie, next to Darren? And as soon as that time is done, that measure is done, just enter it in. As long as the Wi-Fi works, it's then instantaneous. It talks to my laptop, which talks to the media teams. So rather than having to run the 20, 30 meters with a result, or with rep events, I used to stand in front of the media desk and would be literally saying to the guys doing the counters, Bishop, Stoltman, Bishop, Bishop, Stoltman, and that would be manually done. Whereas now it's not. So yeah, as long as the Wi-Fi works and everything is good, then it's amazing. We have had issues where the Wi-Fi goes down, and you'll see me run back to my laptop between heats to manually do it. But it's just part of the role. It's what I have to do. I have to get it there because there's 8, 10, 12,000 people in the crowd that need to know the time, the reps, the height, the distance, the rotation for the Conan's wheel. So yeah, it's just that's where I come in. I'm willing to just run around in like a madman for 3.5 hours, basically.
I think a lot of people watching who appreciate how big and grandiose Giants Live is
Mm,
would probably be quite surprised to hear that as recently as 7 years ago, I'm thinking 2019,
yeah,
the year my son was born, that's how I'm going to reference that. It was paper and pen.
yeah. Yeah, so it all came about. The scorer couldn't make OSG Europe's, which was held in Rotherham in August 2019. Darren put a call into Rebel Strength, who make or made all the kit for Giants, and said, "Does Andy, who runs Rebel Strength, know anybody?" He was like, "Yep, guy who does all my scoring, Ben, does it all." Darren rung me and just asked, like, do I think I could handle? I think it was about 100, 120 athletes. It's like, not a problem, not a problem at all. Went and met him on the Friday night before the show. And yeah, Friday night or Saturday night, I can't remember. Showed him how I do it, and he was like, "Yeah," trusted me with it, and then invited me to the Manchester show in the September, and yeah, I've missed one show since.
That's
So
incredible.
yeah,
You made yourself, crucial to their setup in one go.
yeah, yeah. As I said, I'm not big headed enough. No, I'm not replaceable. But I like to make sure that I do my job well. No mistakes, and just yeah, sort of. Darren likes people that he can just trust and not have to go through their job every show. It's like, right, Roy's doing this. He's the loading manager. Nev is on media. Um, I'm doing the scoring. Kayla's doing the t-shirts backstage. Lindsay's sorting all the athletes with. And it's cogs in a bigger machine, and yeah, we all work really well together. And well, you've seen giant shows; they do run really well and look really good. And even if there's lots of moving parts, we all
Oh,
know
for
we all
sure.
know what we're doing and how to get it done. Basically, now.
Yeah, and I think back, like, to contrast it, in the summer at the Shore Classic in America when Ben Glasscock was going out last event stones to get the win, and he loaded the stone, he failed the last stone, and no one knew if he'd won.
Yeah,
And it took about 5 or 6 minutes.
yeah,
And I remember I was in the crowd, and I was on the front row filming him, and he looked at me and he said, "Have I won?" And I didn't want to say yes, but I knew he had because it's
yeah,
just simple maths.
yeah,
But no one was confirming it, and I can imagine how much he would have appreciated you
yeah.
there getting it done so quickly.
Yeah, and that's things I've no issues in telling. So if Ben had come to me before the event is going out, what do I need to do? I can go, look, fast 3, 4 in XYZ, or you've just got to do all 5. I can. That's part of where sort of I add some value. I think is I can just say those things and work it out. I've been scoring for 10 years now. So yeah, I can see what most people need within a fraction of a second to know what they need for the win or a qualification spot for worlds or etc etc.
Oh, incredible. What happens when it all goes wrong? Or does it ever go wrong? You know,
Yeah.
and if there's
So
a dispute over a score, or
yeah, we've had it. I think it was Luke and Ivar's a few years ago on the Stones. Times were within fractions of seconds on the stopwatch. Another thing I'll do is if it's going to be a close race and things, I'll get into a position where I can try and see who won it, or who's hands off first, and try and put my input. But we have the ability to just go over to the monitors and like, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, give us 1 minute. We're just going to look at the footage. We can slow it right down and just sort of see, and then it comes to a decision if Darren, Dave, Magnus, etc., can't decide who has won because they just can't see it on the slow mo, even, which speaks to the athletes, or there has been times where it's been really close. We can just see who's crossed the line first, etc., etc.
oh, it reminds me of England's a couple of years ago. Was it Stones? And it was, oh, was it Luke Richardson or someone else? And you went frame by frame over who
Yeah,
put their hands up.
Luke and Kane on stairs, maybe I think
Okay,
it was,
cool.
and it was yeah. So they were both. I think Kane had got the power, the implement up onto the stairs, but Luke kind of threw it up and was hands off just before. So it's like it's hands off. So Luke got it. And yeah, exactly like you just said, we had to go to the monitor, quick sort of 30, 45 second check, just wind it back and see who won it. It's yeah, it's having the ability to look at slow mos and replays is invaluable.
Oh, technology saving the day.
Yeah,
Um, and thinking again, like I've seen you do get kind of dragged out quite a lot, particularly for the fans in the audience,
yeah.
like give us the scores, Ben, where are we at? And I'm
Neil likes
thinking,
to do that now. That's yeah. The last few years, he sort of grabs me as I'm running past him.
nice, you're his little monkey that you can pull out.
Yeah.
Um, and I've seen you kind of under pressure to produce scores at the end of a comp.
Hmm.
There's two in my head. Royal Albert Hall last year when Colin Bryce basically told the crowd that Evan had won, but no one. It looked as if actually people were telling him to shut up, like don't
Yeah.
pronounce it yet. We don't know if he has. And then England's last year with Paddy and Flynn
Paddy and
half a
Flinny.
point ahead.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So Evan was an interesting one because he didn't need much to win. I can't remember what it was. It was maybe 3 stones, but he headbutted the stone platform, split his head with blood. It was real blood. It wasn't fake. People have said it was blood capsule. It wasn't. And he basically dripped blood on the stones and couldn't pick them up. I think he loaded the 2 or the 3 that he needed, but Evan, being Evan, wanted to finish the run and just couldn't. And suddenly it was like that 6, 7, 8 point lead. He was like, ooh, ooh. So yeah, I'm thankful that as soon as I enter that number of stones plus time, it finishes the scoring, points and position, and I just flicked to the leaderboard tab, and I could see that Evan had won by a point and a half, something like that. He did get it. Um, Colin did give me a little win because I think he knew, but he just did give me a little. Can I? Is it right? And I was like, yeah. Before running off and making it look a bit more dramatic than it was. You need sort of the drama and the theatre and the pizzazz about it because the crowd don't know. The crowd have just seen Evan fail the 4th stone and he's got blood running down his face, but he had a 7, 8, 9 point lead. Yakko, I think, won the stones maybe, and it was really close. And that's the good thing about strongman is one event slip can suddenly make you go, ooh, have
yeah,
I actually got this?
for sure. Has it ever gone wrong, like scoring, where it's mattered?
I have only ever made one sort of big error where it's been positioned. It was one of the first shows I scored. It was a local show in 2016, 2017 at a local gym. I still can't remember exactly what happened. I think I was told wrong times for something, and there was only 2 or 3 people in the event, so that 1 point made a lot of difference. And it was sorted afterwards, and we got the trophy swapped around and things like that.
Oh, I
Um,
think I remember this.
Koru gym.
Oh, then I'm remembering a different event. There was one
Yeah.
at barbell division, and a girl I know called Kitty Bates was awarded third place. And then by the time she got home, they messaged her to say there'd been a cock up in the scoring. She was actually fourth, and she had to post the trophy back.
I remember that as well. I can't remember what happened there. I think that again was given the wrong time or something, and that's where you need some people with a little bit of nous about them to make sure that they can click a stopwatch. It sounds like such a simple thing, but honestly, it's under the pressure, and you're trying to watch for the rep or the time of the finish, and they finish, and you go, oh, I haven't pressed the stopwatch, and suddenly it's. Has anybody got a video of their
Yeah.
their run and we can time it off? And yeah, we've had incidents like that, and we sort of any of the teams I work with, the shows I help out, we'll always just speak to the athlete and look, we're just going to look at a video, retime it from that. We haven't got the use of a live stream and a ability to look back, so we're kind of doing what we can to sort it basically. But yeah, Giants Live, no. There have been trying to think how to say this without making it sound horrible. There's been issues where it's been so close that it's been hard to sell. So the Luke and Ivar's one is the main one where Dave, Darren, Magnus, pretty much every member of staff looked at that video and just could not call it. But you then post it online that it was a draw, and fans are like, no, he got it. You can see his hand off, and you're sort of like, yeah. And I'll get a few DMs like, why did you give it as a draw? And it wasn't me. So yeah, that's the sort of issues we get at the bigger shows. I don't think there's ever been a scoring issue at a Giants Live that I've worked at that I can think of. But yeah, we do get some issues with fans who don't like the result that happened. Basically, oh, he got it, he should have got it, and it's I'll sometimes get some DMs and things, but yeah, it's a great thing to be able to just delete a message or ignore it.
You're a big boy. I'm sure you handle it.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I can handle it, and I'll sometimes fight a corner that I believe is right in comments as well.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I try to be diplomatic.
Around qualification routes are coming to my
Yeah.
mind. Why so and so not at a show? And I'll see a Ben Joyce comment because he didn't qualify.
Yeah, and again, it comes down to fans have their favorite athletes and fully understand it because we want to see your favorite athlete at all the shows, but it's just not possible. There's now more athletes than ever that could do shows and put on a really good show, and you have to keep performing, and it's hard for the athletes. It really is, but it's also the qualification process to get to shows is clear. Like every show, apart from possibly Rogue, has a clear how to get there now. So yeah, people can't moan as much, but they still do like to, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's tricky for fans because perhaps it's not always quite obvious how. Like I know last year I saw online some rumblings around Gav Bilton's presence at different shows based on how he'd placed at previous ones. But it's a professional sport and also a business. And I'm sure, we're not owed that level of transparency.
No, exactly. And yeah, I'm not given that level of transparency. And I don't envy Darren's job at all, picking the athletes, because no matter who you pick, there's going to be people unhappy, fans unhappy. And again, he has to put on a good competitive show, but he has to sell tickets to that show.
100%.
And there are people who will sell more tickets, and there are people who will sell not as many. It's a very fine balance, and yeah, I don't envy him at all.
No, I don't know Darren personally, but everyone I've ever spoken to has told me that he is essentially a business genius.
Yeah, really good guy. I'm lucky enough to spend a few days a year with him, and even going away to sort of OSG in Texas, having dinners and things, and just brilliant business brain on him. It's incredible, and it's just constantly working. And you just see the cogs flowing all the time, and sort of a new idea comes for an event or something like that. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant to spend time with him.
And awesome because he's been there and done it himself, which is quite rare, to have
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
Um,
To compete at worlds and win world titles, his weight class and things. Yeah, been there, done it. So none of the athletes can say to him, "Oh, you don't know." I do.
he does know.
I do.
And
Yeah.
he's got a physique that most of us men would love to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, great segue. Like Giants Live is enormous. It's a huge
Yeah.
business and a huge
Mhm.
promotion and really driving the sport, which is for the benefit of everyone. What's it been like for you being in it for kind of 7 years and seeing it grow over that time? It wasn't quite car parks when you got involved,
No.
but it's definitely become a lot bigger. Now the fact that England is in like the York, whatever it's called, Um, what's it been like for you to see it grow?
Yeah. So I think it was a funny introduction for me because my first giant show was Manchester 2019, September 2019. And then I'm trying to think. Then I think it was Brits, January, February 2020. And then the world went to pot for 18 months or so. So it I was lucky enough to be invited to and did all the testing and things like that to do Europe's in 2020 at Allerton Castle. I was at
Yep.
the castle and things like that, and the very skeleton crew we had for that. But yeah, I'm sure there's now one or two extra arena shows in the calendar. I think they used to do 3 to 4. It's now 5 arena shows, plus, like you said, got the weekend at York Barbican for England's men's and Brits women, plus OSG Europe's is a permanent fixture in the calendar now. It sort of it was 2019, then didn't come back until 2022, maybe even 2023. But yeah, that's another weekend that I help out with. So and then World, so it's 8 or 9 weekends with the Giants crew I get to spend a year now. Is just it's brilliant, and it's growing and growing. And I think they even posted the other day that there was record ticket sales for Brits this weekend, which is it's just getting bigger and bigger every single show, and they're selling out sooner than ever before, which is showing the eyes on the sport is just growing and growing and growing.
I wonder how close we are to seeing. I mean, being a southerner myself, I would love to see more shows down south, but how close we are to seeing maybe like
No,
the O2.
I was literally about to say the O2.
I know it's almost 20,000 in there, I think.
Yeah,
But I guess, parts of it blacked out because obviously you need to set up stuff and
yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
incredible.
So I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when tickets go on sale, so say for Brits, there's 3 tiers in Sheffield. I can't remember how many there are. They'll open up the first 2, and then when they're nearly sold out, they'll open up the blocks, and then suddenly it's so this weekend every block I think is available to buy, and I bet you if I went on there now, there wouldn't be many tickets left. So it's gone from 7,500 last year to now 9,000 because that top tier is going to be open and all sold out. Royal Albert Hall sells out. Just you blink and you miss it for the Royal Albert Hall just because it's a smaller arena. But yeah, as a southerner, I would love another show down south in an O2 or a Wembley Arena, something like that. Not arenas. Yeah, Wembley Arena, not stadium.
I've got a feeling there was a Wembley
There
Arena
was
show.
2018. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I went to it.
yeah. So and then we obviously lost the Cardiff show, which was a nice South show for us. There's reasonings behind that, in that arena is not meant to be there right now. It was meant to have been demolished, and they're meant to be put a new one. It's still sitting there because of delays. So, yeah, it's that was moved to Birmingham, which is randomly one of my favourite arenas. It's a big bowl inside, and it makes a lot of noise, and it looks really good. But yeah, more down south would be amazing. I understand why there isn't, in that they're all based in just outside Leeds in Borough Bridge, and it's sort of moving everybody down. It's a lot easier do it up north, but that's me being selfish.
Yeah, and I guess they've got to go where the money is essentially.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Where are
it.
they going to
And
fill out stadiums?
yeah, and why take a risk moving a Brits or a Europes to Exeter or Bournemouth or Southampton when they sell out the stadiums they're already in, or near as, damn it, and it works, and they know the site teams and everybody like that, and the transport links and the hotels, got the relationship with the hotels, and yeah, it's like I said, it's a big cog, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things, and it's not just a one person with a laptop.
An iPad in your case.
Yeah, or an iPad. Yeah,
Do you think we'll ever see an extra show?
I would love to see a show a month. I'm all up for traveling to a show a month, but
For sure.
yeah, I I know it's a lot of work to put a show on, and this would be extra pressure. But I think with the number of top level athletes now, that there's definitely scope for it. That you could get another international show in, not a problem at all. By international, I mean international athletes,
Yeah.
Americans, Australians, etc. Um, where you would put it in the calendar, where you would hold it, that's not for me to look into. But I think I think yeah, it won't be long in the coming years. I would love to see a show that is possibly between Brits and Europes for the guys who didn't make the Arnolds. You can kind of fit it in there. And there's like I said, so many great international athletes now, that people want to see, that I think it could work. And yeah,
Oh yeah. Give
where
give me an early December comp. I would go
yeah,
for that.
yeah,
Enough of a gap between World Tour finals and then Brits in Feb. Oh, I would be
yeah.
all over it.
That's it. Yeah, and I'm the same. I was saying between Brits in Jan Feb to Europe's in April. There's that kind of Feb March time that we could get something in there. But obviously you have the Arnolds and in there, but the Arnolds is 8 guys this year, 9 guys.
Yeah.
There's 150 other guys that would absolutely tear off your arm to come and do a Giants live show, I'm sure.
Yeah, too right. And hopefully qualify on for Worlds and bigger things.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's it.
Thinking about Worlds, you are obviously a cog in this Giants Live machine.
Mm-hmm.
And to the fan, it looks like Giants Live run Worlds. I know it's more complicated than that.
Yeah.
And kind of Darren is like the I forget the right name, tournament organizer or something.
Uh, uh, um, yeah, tournament director, I think he is.
There we go.
Yeah.
And we do see a lot of the Giants people at
Mm-hmm.
Worlds, but we don't see you there. And I wondered, is there a major reason for that?
Yeah, Giants don't run worlds. Is simply that. So Darren helps to put athletes through to worlds. He helps to sort of put some events together, but at the end of the day, the decision is made by I think they're called Endeavour, where IMG, same group as I think they're the same group as WWE and UFC.
UFC, yeah.
They're a multi-billion pound company and organization, and yeah, it's their decision on where it's held, who competes, what events, over how many days, etc., etc. So yeah, it's not a full Giants crew there. You'll
Because there's
get
also a difference with I can't remember his name, and I've been to Worlds once in Sacramento. He's almost like the Colin Bryce, but Colin is there. Is he called Clarky or something?
no, you're talking of give me 2 seconds. I was literally what's his Andy give me 2 seconds. His name is Quinny.
Yes, Quinny.
Yeah. Does the emceeing and the announcing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he is there, but he's not at Giants, and he is a British guy, I think.
So he is at Giants, but you'll see him behind the media desk. He does a lot of the sports desk stuff. So
Ah,
yeah, if you look at the media desk, Quinny's probably at every other show. and he's helping out on the live stream and bits and pieces like that and camera work. So yeah, Andy is very much involved in sports, a lot of tennis and golf and football and things like that for, I think it's TNT. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, he's always at Wimbledon and sort of doing things over here for the Australian Open and sort of whether it's live golf or the PGA and things like that. So yeah, he's at shows, he's at most shows, but yeah, he's not on the mic. That's Mr. Pickup's job at Giants with Colin, but at Worlds, Andy does I think they call it the floor announcing because he's not on the recording. So it's up next is so and so. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's an incestuous little world.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but from a Giants point of view, you get Darren and Colin, Dave Warner and Maggie as the refs, and then you might get the odd media guy like Joe Schofield from Official Strongman will be over.
Yep.
Whether he's actually working for Worlds or doing something for the athletes because he's part of the MST whole big group. So yeah, they have a lot of athletes go there. Whether it's for that. So yeah, there's not many go over there. But yeah, it's one day I would love to go and score Worlds. But knowing me, it'll be the year it comes to Nottingham.
Yeah. When Worlds comes to Skegness.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Beyond Giants Live and stuff, you're really involved in kind of a slightly lower level of the sport in that weight class qualification route. I'm thinking under 120s and stuff. How did that come about?
So like I said, I've been scoring for 10 years and sort of made a semi name for myself. I've actually helped at the under 80s since 2021 when Luke Davis ran it at Chaos. I went up and helped there, and have helped at lots of the weight class shows for Luke at Chaos. Now Unbreakable, AD and Robin at Unbreakable help them. And then I run the under 120s with Dale at 3D Strength. So yeah, pretty much anything with an England's title to it, an official England's title, I score. So a couple of weekends ago was in Doncaster Dome for the weight class ladies and men's.
Yes, when Emily Norley took home the under 64s.
That was close. How close was that to the end with her and Tiff? Just
incredible.
Brilliant.
The shield carry, just beautiful.
I think those two would be battling that title for the next few years for England's and Brits and yeah, even possibly going into Europe's. They're looking really good. But yeah, so anything from the 57 women up to the 120 men, I help score, and then that moves to Brits, also the Masters, England's Brits Masters. I also help out Stu Murray at all his Scotland's. So a couple of weekends time, I get the sleeper train up on the Friday night and fly home Saturday night. Help out, his weight class show, and then I'll be up in April for his Open qualifier, which is one of the biggest shows in the year. If anybody wants to go and see a massive Open level strongman, go to Scotland's Open in April. I think last year there's 57 guys fighting for 15 places at Scotland's Strongest Man. It's incredible standard, incredible show. It's brilliant to be part of that. And I said Masters, Brits, and then Europe's with Official Strongman Games, and then World's Official Strongman Games. I've been lucky. I think this year was my fifth one. Yeah, fifth one.
You're accomplished. Where do you see that side of the sport going in the next few years? Like his participation numbers, are they growing?
Yeah. So the Official Strongman Games side is growing and getting bigger and bigger every year, from all categories. They have even added categories in the last couple of years, like the lightweight masters, and then the over 50s for the masters as well. I think in the next, I don't know whether it'll be 1 year or 10 years, there'll be other categories pulled in that are getting large, under 57 women, under 120 men, The numbers are really starting to pick up on there. And then eventually maybe under 70 men, under 91 women, but they're still growing and picking up some momentum. It's just, it's the official world or European title. Nobody else can stake claim to that, no matter what show you do. They hold the trademark to it. So you win it, you are the world's strongest at whichever competition it is, whichever entry.
That's incredible. I know for myself anyway, I'd love to see OSG kind of perhaps come over this side, but that's just me being selfish, you know.
Yeah, let's get OSG Worlds into Manchester. Really easy for everybody to fly into. Everybody in the UK can get there. It's fairly central. I'm North London, so it's a 3.5, 4 hour drive for me. Top of Scotland is the same, 5-6 hours. Let's get it there. There's some really cool expo arenas there. Fit Expo hold one in a really cool sort of old, I want to say it's like an old train station or something with really nice glass backgrounds and things like that. Let's get the tickets cheap, get it out early, get people interested in it, and let's get a crowd there and really make it a sort of a spectacle and see what the Americans could do when they have to travel to a show and do a water cup.
Ben, it's been amazing to hear about your role in just, well, your knowledge of the sport. This interview is going to go out after Brits.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm essentially asking you to predict something.
You're going to ask me a prediction, aren't you?
And by the time this airs, everyone will just know instantly if you were right or wrong. So stacked lineup, even though we haven't got Shane Flowers, Kane Francis, Luke Richardson, huge lineup, amazing events. Who are your top three?
So I think every athlete has a perceived weaker event is the thing I'm coming with. I can't look past Tom Storkman for the win. As long as as long as everybody stays fit and healthy and everything like that. Tom, Bish, Luke, I think. But I can't think of a stronger lineup of athletes because everybody's saying about sort of Tom winning, say, the bag toss. I've seen Cal, Crozier, and Connor throw bags. Crazy. Deadlift. You're going to have guys like Matt McKeegan come in and do more reps than anybody thinks he can do and really split up the points if somebody's off form and only does 1 or 2 reps. That car walk has taken more souls than I care to remember. And if you've never been under it, you haven't got that experience, so you don't know what it's like, you might absolutely storm it. You might get under it and some of the guys who have had issues with it, you get a bit of PTSD and suddenly you sort of take it a bit easier, a bit slower. And an event like that, 2 seconds can take you from 3rd to 9th. It's going to be crazy. Everybody I ask says a different podium. I'm Tom, Bish, Luke. There.
I think if everyone's saying a different podium, it's a good sign for the fans.
Yeah. If I tell you now Tom, Bish, Luke, but it ends up being Flynn, Bilton, Paddy, nobody's gonna be shocked. Because they've all been on the podiums at a Giants show before and know how to get it done. And like I said, I think no athlete has all 5 events as a banker event. I think everybody's got a, as I said, perceived weaker event. And it's the damage limitation they can do on that event, which will win you the show. I was actually talking to Gav McNamee from Ireland and Chris Harper yesterday from Scotland, weight class athletes. They posted about people not entering shows because there was 0 an event. Gav won worlds from being last place in the overhead. It's literally can be that close. So yeah, and it's about who makes the least mistakes, I think, rather than who wins the most events on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. And well, the last event in particular is gassy. Who's got the fitness to get that
Power
many power
stairs.
stairs?
It's just, yeah, it's absolutely crazy, and it can cost you a podium place, as it has done in the past for many athletes. And yeah, like I said, just there's so many good athletes who are well rounded, like Ben. Ben doesn't have a weak event, but he doesn't have one that it's like Ben's winning that event.
Mm.
Andy Flynn is exactly the same. Connor Curran coming in really hungry for it, and has really taken his chance and looking good. Cal Crozier has some brilliant events, and Matt McKeegan. Nobody's talking about Rory. I saw Rory at a 105 show 4 or 5 years ago. I think he was 19 at the time. Me and Luke Davis went, "Who is that?" Because he just blitzed it, and there was some really big names there at this show, and he's just won the Islands title, and will really kick on, I think, now, and put a name to himself as Ireland's strongest man for the next however many years he wants it, basically. Matt McKeegan, been there, done it at 105, world's Europe's title winner, just dogged athlete. Yeah, Paddy, we know what Paddy can do and how much he's come on. It's just, yeah. But then you've got guys like Graham Hicks, who could win every event and has done in the past. It's just, yeah.
Incredible. It's going to
Yeah,
be awesome.
yeah, like I said, it's the closest Brits in years, and I really do hope it is the closest Brits we see with minimal points between maximum athletes going into that last event. So everybody really has to fight for it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Ben, thank you so much for your time, mate. It's
Not a
been
problem at all. Thank
a
you
real
for
pleasure.
inviting me on and asking me to be on.
Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you on the stream and in person, running around on the comp floor.
Yes. Are you coming up Saturday, or are you
Yep, I'll
live
be there.
streaming?
I'll be there.
I'll
Looking
see
forward
you
to Ben
in Sheffield.
Glasscock and Adam Bishop podium.
Yes. Oh, the dream. Southern boys.
Cheers, Ben.
Cheers. Thanks.